time that you're going to do because we have to give in.
Yeah.
Wave the white flag at this point.
Yeah, get the best deal you can.
Yeah.
So big memoir just dropped. Cher, and she's calling it part 1. But she is revealing a lot of interesting personal things. Starting with, you would always assume that she always left all the men she was with. Like she was the one that broke all of their hearts. It turns out there was one that left her and she was very upset. Val Kilmer.
Yeah, I can't remember like when she dated him in relationship to all the others, like Gene Simmons and Greg Allman.
Well, one of the things she talks about was he was so much younger than her. So it had to be, I think she said he was in his 30s, early 30s when they dated. And he's in his late 50s now. So,
right.
But I thought that was, you wouldn't expect that name to come up again.
Out of all the guys, yeah, that's the one that got away. Yeah, that was, I mean, this book is, I mean, she reveals like at one point, Sonny really thought he was serious about throwing her off a balcony. She talks about how Sonny took all the money. I mean, it's, you know, this
but
is like.
That stuff we kind of knew, not the throwing off the balcony part, but, you know, you knew that she did not get an equitable portion of the business when they split.
Yes.
But she's very revealing. She does not pull punches. She also talks about, again, this is supposed to only be part 1, that in all the movies she made, there were 2 directors she despised. One of them was Peter Bogdanovich, who directed her in Mask, which was kind of like a huge breakthrough performance after her first sort of smaller movie roles.
Yeah.
But he's notorious. Like, people either love him or hate him. This is not like groundbreaking. But the next one I found fascinating, Frank Oz, who originally directed her in Mermaids. But Frank Oz is the guy from the Muppets.
She won't even say his name. She'll say that other guy from the Muppets was horrible. That's how she's just won't even say his name.
Which is crazy. Frank Oz, you know? But it was interesting to me, or is interesting to me, that the names she's revealing, I mean, I didn't think Peter Bogdanovich was a shocker, but the other people she's talking about in the book are really like you never would have guessed.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Frank Oz. I mean, and she got him fired. She said it was him or me.
Yeah. I mean, and she's worked with some tough people.
Right. And then I love the story she told about Meryl Streep. I don't know if you saw this part where she said Meryl Streep gave her advice on Silkwood. Like if a director wants it done a certain way, just say yes, yes, yes. That's great. And then just do it your way. She's like, half the time they won't even notice.
Oh, yeah.
So there's advice from Meryl Streep. I mean,
gotta love that. So
good person to get advice from, right?
Yeah, you think?
I mean,
but they always talk about that. Do it how you want it. And, you know, if you have to do it their way and then do it your way. And if your way is better, that is the one that will make the movie.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't even know the difference, like, once they kind of give you. But we could have had Mermaids without Cher. That's all I'm thinking about.
I barely remember Mermaids.
Christina Ricci.
Christina Ricci was in it. And was Winona Ryder in it too?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a major cast.
It's a good one. She did a song for it. It's a good one.
Oh, yeah, it's a good one. Because let's pivot to one of my favorite topics, the Kelces.
Mm-hmm.
So much going on in the Kelce household, and it's a lot without even factoring in Taylor Swift. So this is the whole thing. So Travis's team is having a great season. They've only dropped 1 game. He has admittedly not been playing well. He's definitely playing better. The team, I think, is just going to roll right through. But Jason has announced he is getting a talk show. He is getting a late night talk show once a week on Fridays on ESPN.
That's major.
Okay, how come I just lost? Oh, you're back. Okay, sorry. He has announced that he is getting his own late night talk show on ESPN once a week on Fridays. Starting, I can't remember if they're starting in December or January. And then
That's major.
That's major. Then on the heels of that, just yesterday it came out that Kylie Kelce is getting her own show. How I read it, I'm unclear if it's a podcast that they're doing in a film or if it's a standalone. I know it's through the podcast company, but she's now going to have her own show. And they also announced that she's pregnant. They're pregnant with their fourth daughter. Jason is clearly never going to have a son. And it got over 1 million likes on that announcement.
Is Taylor Swift really this powerful that, I mean, this whole family is just winning?
But the family
they were winning before.
They were winning before, from the time of the Kelce Bowl when Jason and Travis played each other in the Super Bowl, and their mom kind of became this sort of like pop culture, cool mom, like the whole thing. And speaking of Donna Kelce,
yeah,
she's in a Hallmark movie.
I mean,
so it's like,
to be a football mom, yes, okay, it's a big deal when the two brothers play against each other. I get it. But I mean, a Hallmark movie, like even if the part is really small.
It is very small. It is very small.
Still, that's like, everyone is winning here.
Everyone is winning. But
you know how they would win even more is if there was an engagement.
Nothing's going to happen till after the end of the Eras tour. And what's very sweet is she's been crying on stage because it's coming to an end, and it's almost 2 years. It's 2 years of her life.
Wow.
I mean, that's a lot.
What happens after it's over? She's going to take a minute off.
Well, she apparently is a workaholic, considering that she managed to re-record 2 albums and write and recorded a whole new album while on tour. So I don't know. I would hope I wouldn't be surprised if there was an engagement or a pregnancy followed immediately by an engagement. I would not. Would that surprise anyone?
When is the Eras tour over? Is it like January, February?
No, it's over in December.
Oh.
December 8th, I think I read, and I'm only remembering that because we're having a party on December 9th. So
that's an easy day to remember. So like, I guess the new year, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I gotta be honest. I didn't see this one. I apologize to you and the Kelces and Taylor. I didn't see this one go in the distance when this tour started. You know, I did not. There
will not be any kind of an announcement till after the Super Bowl, for sure.
Right.
You know, they're not. Whoever is running this whole giant thing is doing a great job. What I want to know is how much of it has Tree Payne, who is Taylor's longtime publicist, mastermind, advisor, has stepped into the world of Kelce. Because it's all just so interwoven and well.
Well, maybe this Payne person that you speak of has called our good friend Kris Kardashian and has been told, just take the whole thing over. It'll end up better that way.
Well, you know what? Let's hope for lots of good things with the Kelces to talk about in December. What's your Thanksgiving plan?
I am going to families in Scarsdale, which is right outside of the city. Our Thanksgiving is, I mean, nothing will rival your mother's, but it is online with that. It is not quaint. It is like, they are horse people too. So there's the horsey people and it's catered. And it's just a whole, like, it's like people are like, oh, I don't want to sit with my family and have them like, I could avoid everyone I want to avoid with. There's going to be so many people there. Not that I want to avoid my family, but it is a big to do. What are you doing? Do you have it at your house?
We used to do it at my mom's. Then after my mom passed, we started doing it at my house. And this year, my cousin's son got married earlier in November. So we realized they're not going to be able to come out in November, that they've ended up coming out last weekend anyway, because we all went to the Eagles-Rams game. Go Birds, we won. So we're actually, for the first time I've ever done this, we are going away.
That's
Steve
nice.
and his sons and me and Cooper were going to go away for the weekend. Never done that before.
Are you excited? It takes some pressure off of.
Yes, but I feel like I have to go visit my mother's good dishes and my grandmother's good dishes that only come out at Thanksgiving. I feel like I need to go to storage and be like, guys, I love you. I swear. Just this year, you're not coming out to the party.
So you could make a trip to storage one day.
And just apologize.
Apologize, look at some other things, and just make a tour through it all. I think that's a good use of time.
Isn't it just? Okay, David, start making our list for next time.
It's going to be our last show of the year, December.
We're going to have so much to follow up on.
Think of all the end of the year gossip that's going to be happening.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Best of list,